So for those that just chiming in or chime in when I mentioned Gary Lab is joining us. So Gary is one of our agency Camel person, and he's been very gracious and helping me with all the virtual stuff that I've been tasked to do. And I know technology enough, but not technology savvy. So without further ado, I'm gonna give it to Kendra. Kendra is part of the Women's Veterans Committee, and by the way, we're looking for a few good women to join the committee. You can always use extra help. So take it away, Kendra.
All right, thank you. Hi, everyone. I was battling between doing a little death by PowerPoint and just talking to you all. So I have a PowerPoint, but there won't be any death involved in that process. So I'll share my screen for a moment, and then I think it would be best for us to just go into a conversation and move from there. So let me see if I can do this. Okay, let me move this over. On the screen. And then please let me know when you can see it.
I can see it.
You can see it? Okay, great. Well, hello again. My name is Kendra Thomas. I work for Southern New Hampshire University. I'm the Regional Director of Military Initiatives in the Pacific Northwest. I live in Lacey, Washington, and I am an Army veteran and a military spouse. I've been a remote employee for 8 years now and have done extensive research in remote environments, how to build trust, to elevate engagement and communication. And it's something that's especially important now where so many of us are homebound and trying to figure out how to continue to enhance relationships and just simply how to communicate with one another. So I'm hoping that with what we're going to be doing today, we can continue to communicate, learn how to do that, laugh a little, hopefully laugh a lot, and just simply communicate. So this will be a highly engaging experience. I don't think that we need to do breakout rooms today, but I do hope that we are in a space where we all feel comfortable, and by the end of this session, we learn and are able to walk away knowing something about someone else in the process. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is, and I'm going to stop sharing so I can see everyone, is we're going to go through a icebreaker just to get everybody comfortable. And we are going, hold on one second. We are going to just get to know one another by using one word and saying, I'm in. So for example, I'm going to start off by saying, I am excited and I'm in. I'm going to call somebody else, and then that person is going to call somebody else. And that is how we're all just going to get used to talking. So please feel free to take your yourself off of mute, and we're gonna move forward. So if you're ready, give me some fingers, some good fingers. Okay, so again, I am excited and I'm in, and I'm going to call on Angela Collins.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Thomas.
My pleasure.
Present. I'm in.
Wonderful.
All right, Miss Cynthia.
Morning, everybody. Attentive, I'm in. Let's see, Michelle.
I knew you were going to pick me. I am enthusiastic and I'm in.
Ooh, good. And you have to pick someone.
Oh,
Michelle.
yeah, I guess that's a good idea. Let's do Beta.
Hey, thank you. I am hashtag grateful. I'm in.
I love a hashtag.
Cynthia Ellis. Oh, you just went, didn't you, Cynthia? I liked it so much I wanted to hear it again. Karen Reed. Miss Karen Reed.
I'm chilly, and I'm in. It's cold up here.
I have my blanket.
It's a good idea. I'll go get mine.
Got to pick someone.
Oh, that's right. Diana.
No, it's not the host.
Diana Kellerman.
What do you? I don't want you to send nothing if it's not clean. I know you clean or nothing.
Interested, and I'm in.
Oh, you can have 10 minutes.
Betta Beasley.
Unless you want to wait and do it with Mila.
Well, I can be in twice, but we have someone actually that's talking without mute. So let me go through. Miss Lisa, we love you. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm Lisa, and I am blessed, and I love you all. So let me choose Loretta Lou Glassell. Miss Glassell, you have to unmute yourself.
Hello, I'm in. I am well.
Nice.
You have to.
How about Alicia? Alicia Starvo?
Darova. I'm Alicia. I'm tired and a little bit exhausted, but I'm in.
Yes.
I pick Heather. I don't know if you heard me, Heather.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm excited and I'm in. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And let's see. Has Laura went?
I have not, so I can go next.
Okay.
I'm hopeful and I'm in.
Oh, I love that.
And I am going to pick Teresa.
I am ready and I am in.
Oh, good.
Let's go to Desiree.
Good morning. I am dedicated and I am in.
Ooh, good one.
And I see S. Simpson down here. What's your first name?
It's Sarah Beth and it's Simonson. I am, it's okay. I am caffeinated and I'm in.
Nice. Same.
Come on, guys.
I'll drink to that. Who are you going to choose?
Silly me, sorry. I
Okay.
will choose Sina. Have you been introduced yet?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Sina.
Zaina, right. Hi, I'm Zaina and I'm hungry and I'm in.
Okay.
Eating my breakfast.
Zena, we saw you chowing.
Let's see. Teresa, have you gone yet? So, okay. Kay Ballard, have you gone yet? Okay, hi, Kay.
Good morning. That's Kay for Karen, but I like Kay better. I am feeling fantastic and I'm in. I don't recognize any faces from anybody. So I am going to say Miss Amy Huddleston down there. Good morning.
Morning. Can you hear me? am curious and I'm in.
Ooh.
My first one. Let's see, Carol Strickland.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I just signed in, and right now I'm inside a vault, so I may disappear. I don't know.
Robbing the bank.
Yeah.
All right. So Carol, who are you going to call next?
I can't see anyone.
Oh, okay. I will call Tanisha Medina.
Yes. Good morning. I'm in. I'm joyful this morning and sending out love and calmness to everyone here.
Love it. Thank you. Received. And who are you going to call?
Oh, has Dawn went yet? Dawn, right? Okay. It's on you, Dawn.
Oh, thank you. Probably like a lot of you, I'm busy, but I'm all in.
Great.
Can anybody give a thumbs up on the reactions if you haven't gone yet? Let's see. I'm trying to see who hasn't gone.
Betty hasn't, April, Easter.
Okay, so I'll just pick the first one. I see Michelle Strickland.
Hi, I'm Mikkel Strickland. Hi, everybody. This is my first time. I'm working while I'm in.
Nice. Thank you. And who are you going to call?
I cannot see
You
anybody
can't
but
see?
the first. I can only see 9 people.
Okay. Well,
all gone.
I will call, let's see, April. April Story.
Hi, I'm April Story. I am organized and I'm in.
Nice.
And I pick the first name, let's see here. Well, I see Resume Betty. How about you?
Yes.
Hello, I'm in Norfolk, Virginia, and I am all in. Thank you.
Wonderful.
And I'm
Welcome.
excited.
Oh, good. All right. Is anyone else, has anyone else given their word for how they're in today? I don't want to leave anybody out.
Venus hasn't gone yet.
Okay.
Whose voice was that? Was that Michelle?
Yes, it was.
Hi, I'm Venus. My camera's off. Sometimes I have people popping in and out here in the office. I am tired today, but I'm in.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think, Gary, did you go? Is he involved or no?
I am lucky, and you know I'm in.
Great. Great. Karen Reed, did you go?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Well, I think Amy Heddleson went. Marjan Deidre?
Hi, everyone. I'm thankful and I'm in. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Nice. Tina Keys, did you go?
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't. I am relieved and I'm in.
Wonderful. Okay. And Shelly said that she's excited and she's all in. So I said that for you, Shelly. Leanne Pollard, did you go?
Sorry, this is my first time. I haven't gone yet.
Okay.
I am working, overwhelmed, and I'm in.
Yes. Great. Sarah Beth, did you go?
Yes, I did. I just changed my name so you guys can see it. Also,
okay.
are you checking the chat because there's some people that are putting in the chat their their word and that they're in. And I'm not sure if they've also said it out loud.
Okay, yeah, I see Easter said she's anxious, but she's in. So that is fantastic. I think if everyone has gone, then we'll move on. If not, please let me know or type it in the chat box.
I'm Ellen, and I'm feeling nourished physically, emotionally, spiritually, and I'm all in.
Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And there's so many different emotions that we shared, a lot of excitement, also a bit of feeling overwhelmed. Colleen said that she's curious. And these are all normal feelings to have. They're exciting feelings to have. The purpose of that icebreaker was to give everyone an opportunity to chime in and speak up. And yeah, this is a space where we may know some people, but this also may be a space where we're meeting people for the first time. And that's great because it opens up other opportunities to connect personally, professionally. It's always good to build your network. So we're going to move into the next phase, and that is it's called Troop Talks. And a quote that I like to use is, the most important things in life are the connections you make with others. So in doing so, how do you make connections, especially during a time where we're pretty much landlocked inside of our homes? We have to communicate. We build relationships off of shared experiences, whether that's the military or our passions. So I'm going to throw some questions out there, and I'd just love to hear anybody speak up. I'm not going to call on anyone. If you feel like the question moves you, I just want you to say it and we can talk about it. So my first question is, how are you protecting your peace? How are you doing that right now?
Say again what the question is.
How are you protecting your peace?
I can pitch in for that one. Okay. I gave up cable. I'm not watching the news. It's just too much. It's overwhelming, and it changes who I am when I give it power over me. So I have given up cable. Every now and again, I will check to see, maybe every 4 days or so. But right now, I am dedicated to not watching the news at all until this whole thing is done. And I am a firm believer in science, and we all need to protect each other and our family members and our neighbors. I mean, how else can you be a productive person in society if you don't do your due diligence? And we have all done that in many capacities, as veterans, as women, as mothers and daughters, and neighbors, sisters.
Yes.
So,
I love that. Thank you, Angela.
My pleasure.
I've done that as well. I've also removed the apps from my phone so I don't get alerted to the craziness. So
all I want is weather. That's it.
Yep. I saw Laura said she walks her dogs daily. Yes, she avoids the news. Cheryl Covington said protecting her peace by spending quality time with her son and starting to work out. Laura said listening to oldies hip hop. And Easter said she walks away and sits in her car. Anyone else? Oh, trekking is yoga. Yes. Alicia?
So I've made a point to, before the weather changed, I was taking my family out and taking a drive to go hiking. We've gone to Diablo Lake, the ice caves. So making sure everyone is actually doing something active. And on top of that, I've also made sure that I have an appointment to see my acupuncturist at least minimum once a week and participating in Qigong, and making sure that I live about 6 blocks from Green Lake, so at least going around the lake once, or I go to Roosevelt High School field to walk at least a 5K. Just making sure I have that time to actually be active and not stay at home. It has been a struggle. And yesterday we just found out too that one of our teachers who was struggling here at Roosevelt High School, I don't know if you heard the news, she committed suicide. So being active and participating with other people, even if it's through a meeting or being intentional to make that connection with other people, I think is really important. And that's something that I've helped teach my kids, and making myself actually do something outside of our home.
Yeah, that's great. Sorry about the loss of that teacher.
So
Anyone
to
else
protect
want
my, I want
Go ahead, Heather.
So to protect my peace, what I do is every Saturday, me and my husband, we find a vacation. So we've been visiting all the different state parks, and we take a lunch with us, and we sit in the back of the our SUV. We eat our lunch. We go fishing, and it's been nice because I've been in South Carolina like all my life, and I've never been to all these state parks. So it's really nice, and we look forward to it every Saturday. So that's what we've been doing.
Wow, that's great. That's a good idea.
Kendra.
Yeah.
What I've done is a year ago, I adopted a kitten. I've never had my own pet except a bird. And his name is Monkey. And I've learned how to be a mother. And he has been, through the COVID, has been my hug. He's 15 pounds now. He was 2 pounds.
Wow.
He's like, and he's outside looking out the window at whatever. Anyway, so he's just amazing, and just him and I looking at things, and I look at him in different ways. And the other way I've connected is in March, I started a Zoom chat with a group in Washington. I'm in Spokane, Washington. And there was a Zoom group, Women Veterans United in Washington, D.C. They were supposed to have a retreat. Well, they did a Zoom retreat for about 6 or 8 weeks, every Wednesday and Thursday. And so I connected with a lot of people on the East Coast. And then I started a group with, in Oregon, Red Feather Ranch. And I've been connecting with them every Friday. Anybody else on here with that? Anyway, every Friday from noon to 2, I have 2 hours with the greatest people, and we have really, I mean, about 7 or 8 of us, we really clicked and really connected. All these are women veterans groups, and it's really helped me grow in having a group of people, a group of women veterans that can relate when you say something. And so that's what I've been really, really excited about. And connecting, you know, we had never met each other, and we are connected tighter, I think, than if we just had a weekend retreat. So, but you're all invited. Red Feather Ranch, it's on Facebook. You can join. But anyway, it just really broadened my horizons about the world. It gets me an appointment every week. At one point, I had about 8 or 9 hours of Zoom meetings of conferences and things I did. So it's been cool. And I like to network anyway. I like to know all you people.
Yes. Thank you. Alicia?
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Zaina, for reminding me. We do have another organization here in this King County area that offers equine therapy for veterans for free. It's on Saturdays, and they're wanting to expand a little bit more. Right now, I think there's about 3 or 4 of us that go on a consistent basis, but there's still room for so many more. It's run by a veteran couple, and they do a very amazing job. I'll put the information in the chat for you. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it out.
Thank you, Alicia. All right. And I hope that from this question, everyone realizes how important it is to really protect your peace. Find some time for it. For myself, I know that 2020 changed everything for me. But the gift of it for me is that I learned that I need to give myself permission to give myself time to do things that I enjoy. So if that's just sitting in silence, if that's really practicing yoga, meditation, writing, crying sometimes when I feel the need, just getting in tune with myself, I'm giving my permission to do all of those things and find things that bring me joy. So are you all ready for the next question?
Yep.
Okay. What books are you reading? Are you reading? Are you doing Audible? Like, are you a page flipper? I'm a page flipper and I like Audible, so.
I'm a page flipper too. I prefer to have the words in front of me and hold on to it. And right now I'm going through Organized Tomorrow Today by Jason Selk. I am typically not a self-help person. I don't like them. They annoy me. It's somebody else's idea of what I should do, and damn it, Chief doesn't do what everybody says. So I decided that this is the one I wanted to read because I noticed it on so many people's desks. You know, everybody had this book on their desk. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones now, and I felt like every time I went to someone's office and we had a meeting or we got a get together or you could see their bookshelves behind them. This yellow book, Organized Tomorrow Today, was on their desk. And I was like, okay, well, you're successful. This might be something that I should try. So this is what I'm reading right now.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else?
So what I'm
Go ahead.
Yeah, right now I'm reading The Gift of Imperfections by Brene Brown. And so that's a really good book. I love reading books, but this one here, I thought it was going to be something harsh, but it's really calming and settling and talks a lot about shame, acceptance, and self-love and self-compassion and just taking a step back to do all those things that we don't normally think about doing. Especially military, we're so driven, but this is a step back just to be who you are in a more tender and gentle way. So.
Love that. Thank you. I'm writing these down, by the way, for myself.
Can I speak up?
I've been working on cleaning up my diet.
Hi, Betty Miller. Time Magazine had an article about mental health, and I was looking at that. I actually do resume writing and assist veterans with their benefits claims to do their benefits. So sometimes you get, because I do resumes and I like to just do bullet style just for conversation, just as they're talking, writing things down. And I asked them, I said, when you're talking to your doctor, you just need to list things so that when you go in and you use that 15 to 20 minutes, making sure you have a great impact, so that you can get the help that you need. And because people have long stories and they don't know the Reader's Digest version of something short. So
I agree.
Miss Betty, I love that you have a plan. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I've been retired since '98, and then, like I said, been working with veterans and still serving. I'm completely retired with 100% as of 2013. So I just give back because God gave me. So I give back to help veterans with their benefits. So like I said, I just read a lot of articles and things about mental health. And so I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you, Betty.
Love that.
Yeah. All right. So here's a hypothetical question. You have your own late night show. Who is your first guest? Who would you want to speak to? Kay Ballard? She was ready. I saw your hand.
My first guest would be Forever Flotus, Michelle Obama.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
would really like to ask her, how are things behind the scenes at the White House? You know, the real deal on the grocery shopping, and you know, do the Secret Service eat their snacks when they're not looking? Stuff like that.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I miss the peace and elegance that she brought to us every day. And I saw Barack Obama's speech the other day, and it was like, oh my God, it was like going home. I miss them. I so miss them.
Yeah. Who else would you interview?
My first one was Mother Teresa, but she passed away. And I always admire, you know, I often use some of her quotes and stuff like that. She was, I guess, you know, like among all those great women that had come and still coming before us. And I always admire her.
Yeah, I love that. Your mom, Monica. Oh, Prince. Oh, absolutely. I wonder how much he would talk, or would he just give side eyes the whole time to each question?
He talks. He talks.
Wow. Yeah. So a lot of you mentioned that you work out to protect your peace. Are there specific routines that you do? And if so, what are those?
I use, I've been logging into the Veterans Yoga Project online. I'm not sure if any of you guys know about that, but they do free online yoga stuff, especially since COVID hit. I had the honor of being able to see some of the Veterans Yoga Project people at one of the Serving Those Who Serve conferences here in Washington State a couple of years ago. And then I started seeing them post online. So you can go to Veterans Yoga Project. They have online streaming classes either through Zoom or on Facebook Watch Live. And if you miss it, you can even go back. I'm not sure about the Zoom ones, but I know with the Facebook Watch, you could always go into Facebook in the video thing and go back. So they have one at 6:30 in the morning, active flow, and from 6:30 to 7, I've been trying to take that time because I get my kids up at 7 for their distance learning. So from 6:30 to 7, I've been taking that time to do the yoga, and it connects me with other veterans because you can put in the chat, you know, where you're from, your veteran status. It's open to veterans, family members, and even first responders, the free online classes right now. So that's a great program that I'm excited to be able to connect with and know so well. So that's what I've been doing.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sarah Beth. I put it in the chat box as well, the link in there. And Laura says she keeps 10-pound dumbbells beside her bed. Oh, that's such a great way to stay committed, because I'll make so many excuses. Won't end up doing anything, but that's a good way to stay in tune. Work hard, praise hard. Is that on YouTube, you said, Kay?
Karen, remember?
Yeah, but she wants to be called Kay.
Right? Right.
Yeah. Oh, do exercise before your brain realizes it. Yes. I love that. Thank you for sharing, everyone. All right. So our next game of sorts is going to be called Me Too. And what this game is about is it gives you the opportunity to learn what you have in common with your peers, and also realizing what is uniquely yours. So there's a set of 3 rounds. And what we're going to do is start with round 1, of course. Again, I'm going to give you all the opportunity to chime in. I hope that you all feel engaged with this process. We won't call on names. So if you feel something, say something, okay? So the first question I'm going to ask, what is true about you? What do you know to be true about yourself?
I'm unique and irreplaceable.
Nice, nice.
I'm kind.
Loyal.
Mine, that first thing that came to mind is authentic.
What did you say, Lisa?
I mean, I'm authentic. I mean, I've been doing, actually, I was just in a webinar, and that was asked, the first thing that came to mind is like my authenticity, you know, that my whole being. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Truly
Laura Jones is a
authentic.
badass, and I love that. Easter is a nurturer. Loretha is kind. Cheryl is caring. Passionate. Dawn says she's passionate. So those are things that just don't change from day to day. You are that person intrinsically. I love that. So round 2, what's unique about you? What makes you unique?
I was waiting for Michelle to speak up because the thing went around her.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Diana
Mute
says
yourself.
she's
Oh, cute.
she says I am me. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good.
Dawn?
So I wanted to say I joined this group because I have felt unique in my normal work. And actually, now that I'm with other women veterans, I actually feel less unique because I feel like maybe I have a group that actually understands me. Like, why do I think the way I do? Why do I do things the way I do? Because if you haven't been in the military and you haven't had like that leadership experience and things, sometimes we are misunderstood a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
a lot.
I know I'm not really answering the question, but I just want to say I appreciate this group because now I feel in a way less unique.
Well, that's great. That's great.
So Kate had
feeling the same way that usually I'm like, oh, what makes me unique is that, you know, I'm a female veteran, and usually there's not many of me around, even though I live in a military-centric community. I'm right here at JBLM in Fort Lewis area, but oftentimes I find that I'm the oddity, but today I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Loretha said she's a twin. Are you identical? Do you have an identical twin or?
Yes, I have an identical twin. We both served in the military.
Oh,
we went in together.
That's very cool. I think the challenge when we're asking ourselves what's unique about us, it's hard to think about those things, right? It's hard to dig deep and be like, what is it that makes me stand out? And just because you're saying that there is something unique about you, it doesn't mean that other people don't share those same things. So Dawn, when you said, I'm a woman veteran and in my circle, I'm usually the only one of me, right? So now you're in this group and you see how important it is, how important it is to be represented. So representation matters. I know I work in a role where it's something that I fight for within my organization every day. I want to highlight the military population. I want to share their stories. I want to support them and understand them in a way. So I feel like I'm unique because I'm a voice for people who feel voiceless in a lot of different ways. But we all advocate for each other, right? Because we know that we have these common bonds. We know that we are misunderstood, that sometimes there are assumptions that are made about us that aren't true, or they don't know how to fully take advantage of our talents and utilize them in the world of work, sometimes in personal relationships. I know when I left to go to the military, when I came back, there was a huge misunderstanding of who I was as a person just because I served in the military. I left a lot of people behind, and a lot of times they stay the same, and you've experienced so many different things that it can be challenging to show that type of reflection without looking like you're judging someone else, because you're not. You've just seen a lot of different things. You've experienced a lot of different people from a lot of different places. And I love that experience. I feel like that definitely made me unique. It made me communicate better with other people, to take a step back and really listen to their concerns, and just also how they see the world. If you've only been in one place for your whole life, you see things from your viewpoint. And we've been fortunate enough to see things from a lot of different points of view. So, all right. So the third question, the final round, is what's true about us? And I think we shared some of that, but let's have a little love fest to show what's true about us as women veterans.
We're whole. We're not broken.
Correct.
And we're fighters.
Yes. Yes.
Compassionate, non-judgmental.
Yes. Oh.
Strength does not take away from the strength of others.
Oh. Oh man.
We're resilient. We're brave. Courageous.
Yes.
We truly volunteered to serve. We weren't drafted.
That's right. That's right.
We always answer a call from another female veteran. We always pick up the phone.
We always got each other's back, no matter what.
Yes.
We don't leave our comrades behind.
Never. Never.
And
Wow.
it's not just something that we say.
No.
It's not just something that we say, because I've heard it so many times from other people. It is actually what we do.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. I've got butterflies right now. I'm feeling so good hearing how we all feel and what's intrinsically true about us. How do you all feel hearing what everyone in this space is saying right now?
Powerful.
I'll tell you, I'll speak up. I have some corporate meetings this afternoon, like 3 of them, and I feel sorry for them because I am going to be kicking some ass. They are all saying they want to hire veterans. They want to hire veterans. I've got a Microsoft meeting. I've got an Amazon meeting, and they do this because we place, technology folks. And I'm like, yeah, you should have been where I was at 10 o'clock this morning. Let's do this. So thank you all, because #badass.
That's right. Oh, wow.
Oh, can I just add one thing?
Yes.
I feel like one thing that makes us unique as well is basically you can put us in any situation and we'll make it work. And
Yes.
I mean, how many of you actually did the job your MOS was that your MOS was, or that you were trained to do? I mean, I think that's one thing that they don't understand is a lot of times you can put a vet in any situation and they'll make it work.
Correct. Yes.
I think another thing, Kendra, for me was I served from 1976 to 1983 in the Army, and I was one of the first women in some of these non-traditional jobs. And for years and years, I tried to fit in to be one of the guys, and I didn't realize because there were no other women, literally. I was the highest ranking female as an E5 on the base in Germany as an E5 over 6 years. And so for this long gap until recently, there were only 7% women active duty at that time. And so finally finding other people of other ages or other, that are older too, that I can relate to, because our period of time is a little bit different than current now.
Yes.
You guys are coming out of the woodworks now. And so, I mean, but we also need to know those who've gone before us too, and honor those.
Absolutely.
In our Legion post, we have several women that are Korea era and Vietnam era. So I think we need to learn from those who've gone before And we need to pass on and be mentors to those that are coming on board too. So
I agree.
But that's why I feel great looking at 39 faces of other people who've done what I've done too. So thank you.
Yeah. Wow. Laura said we are underestimated. And I agree. Tanisha says strong yet vulnerable. So, wow.
Being underestimated is like our secret weapon, because when the chips come down and things aren't happening the way they're supposed to, who comes in to whip everyone into shape? You know, it's the Shelley Willises of the world.
Right.
Put on our badass capes and we show up and we make things happen. And thank you, everybody, because I didn't realize how much I needed this until I showed up. So thank you so much. And here's to being powerful. And I think resilient is one of those words like sustainability where it's overused. We are so much more than that. We are so much more than that. And we have so much more to offer than just that. Resiliency is like at the bottom of the list because it's so overutilized. And they don't recognize our strength and our power in numbers. You know?
Well, you're just amazing little badass yourself, Angela. So I just need to, and it's amazing. I don't know how you all are sought out where you are, but I know for me where I work is, you know, being able to be the person to just reset people on, like, you need to tap into your suit. I like, enough of this. You know, I don't have, you know, the space and time for having emotions, but I give you 5 minutes and then I need you to pick it up and I need you to run with it and do what you need to do. So the ability for us to be able to encourage and motivate and really just elevate and get people to move forward, that is something that we have. I'm sorry, I'm double booked, and so I don't want to miss this because it's so good and y'all are so freaking awesome, and I wanted to be in this space with all of these badass women, and I just want you all to know that I love you all, and I'm so glad to be here and be a part of this. And then I'm over here in corporate land doing this stuff. Yes. So I just had to chime in real quick and say I love what I'm hearing, and this is amazing, and I love the way we're lifting each other up. This is awesome.
Yes, thank you, Shelley. So I want to move on to a little game called Pet Projects. And this is where we are able to share our special talents, our hobbies, our side hustles, our passion projects that we do outside of work, or maybe you've incorporated that into your career. This is your time to share that. If you have links, if you have stores, anything like that, this is your time to share it out with everybody. So please feel free to get started on that.
I've got to say, oddly enough, my job is my side project. It's so I'm a mother of 4 and a wife to a business owner who's also a coach and going to college to become a high school math teacher.
Wow.
So my part-time job as a veteran service officer kind of is my side hustle, but it also helps make sure that our family is supported. And it's become my passion because being a veteran working through the VA system before becoming a veteran service officer, I just felt like there were doors slammed in my face or brick walls I was hitting my head against. Yeah. And so when the opportunity came to become a county employee and to be a veteran service officer, I mulled over it a little bit, but I was able to grab that opportunity. So I'm a part-time employee. I'm getting paid to do this. And I've told some of the people that have come to my office, it's like, I don't have the solution, but I can at least tell you which brick wall to hit your head against.
Yes.
Which one not to.
Right.
Which one not to, exactly.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Sarah Beth. Who else?
Can you repeat your question again? Sorry.
Yeah. Do you have a passion project or hobby you look forward to doing in your time off?
Oh.
Is there really any such thing as time off when you love what it is that you do? Really?
That's
I mean,
the key. Yeah.
You can see from my background, I'm with the USO and I support transitioning service members and spouses. And it really is motivated and driven by passion. And one thing that I think people don't really understand is that when you're working with clients or organizations, we're learning just as much from them as they are about us.
Absolutely.
And the cool thing about being in the transition space is that each organization or resource utilizes a completely different line of networking. So you're not going to run into the same things. So Cynthia and I have been working together for, goodness, 5 years. And Kendra, we've run into each other out and about in the community. And you look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks like you're sitting on top of the world, girl. You're looking good. And I love your message.
Thank you.
But I think part of what we do just as women veterans, I think we have this innate thing that we all have, and it comes from our hearts, and we are people builders. We are capacity builders, and we are the supporters of women all over. And, you know, as a military kid, an active duty service person that was married to a service person, my husband died in the line of duty. And I mean, if it's been lived, I've done it. And our experiences might be unique, but it's our hearts and the way we feel about life and the way we see things and process things that unifies us. So ladies, sisters, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you are powerful. And never, ever hesitate to compliment someone else or ask for help when you need it. It doesn't take a lot. Just you know, raise an eyebrow and say, hey, can we talk for a second? Or, you know, let's have a virtual coffee chat or anything. We're here for each other, and I so respect and admire each and every one of you.
The love. Thank you, Angela.
My pleasure.
Zena?
A few years ago, I was at this church, and they did 3 or 4 times a year, they did scrapbooking. So I didn't know how to do that, but it took me a year to just go through all my pictures from Germany, like throw out the bad ones, set them aside. And then it took me another year to put them in a book. So I have my whole 2 tours in Germany about this big. And I have a whole cabinet of all the stuff I want to get back to. It's kind of getting more to the top of my list to take time for myself to do that, because I enjoy that. But also back to the passion thing is, I have my own business that I teach senior citizens how to use their computers, called Are You Going Ape with Your Computer? For 18 years. And it's because of what I learned in the Army. I learned basic electronics and circuit cards. I taught myself computers when I got out, went to college. And I'm not a geek and I'm not a nerd that way. But guess who seniors are? A lot of them are veterans and spouses of veterans. And so I'm a post-service officer. I don't do claims, but on my business card, it says, I can tell you where to go. And I am very well networked. Like that's how I know Kendra from the State Women Veterans Committee. And in Spokane, I'm very connected with lots of things. But so I get to help this widow who says, my husband fought in the Battle of the Bulge. And I said, where is he? Well, he's on the mantle right now. Well, in urn. So I help him get buried at the Veteran Cemetery. And I mean, that is my passion. I'm helping like people I just run into all the time because of my client base, seniors. So I met a guy from Iwo Jima. So, I mean, it's great for me also to thank those who've gone before, and they're the most humble people usually. But like I said, so that's my passion and my work. It's all kind of tied together, and it's really neat. So
I love it. Thank you.
Knitting socks 2 at a time is a new skill.
Oh, nice.
I
love socks.
My pain go away, and you can't think about anything else. And so I always have a couple of projects. But I taught myself how to knit socks 2 at a time, because if I do 1 at a time, I'm not going to finish it.
Oh, so that's a good point. Yeah.
So that's one of the things I do.
Yeah.
Oh my
Tanisha
goodness.
says she's a yoga teacher in training. I love that.
3 pigs, a turkey, and a tortoise, and kids. Oh my goodness.
Amy, you're doing a little extra there, girl.
I know. I love my animals are my relaxation, but I work full time for Wells Fargo in corporate, so I'm home today in my t-shirt and no makeup, and glad to found you guys. This is my first chance meeting for good women veterans where there's more than 2 of us anywhere.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. Thank you. And I, as a project manager, I also help others if they're interested in project management with filling out their applications, figuring out how to translate their military background into applicable hours of work for their PMP certification process. And all of that's volunteer. I manage and direct an organization that does that. So if anyone is interested in project management or you know a veteran who is, we can point them to free resources to get trained and tested and help them, mentor them, help them network and find jobs. Those are mine. And then I also consult. I homeschooled my children until just this year, so I do homeschool consulting. So
awesome.
Jack of all trades, right?
Yeah, that's great. And what I was going to add for everybody, if you feel comfortable, please feel free to share your LinkedIn URL in the chat box if you have one, as a way to stay connected as well. And I'll include mine. Okay, it goes in. Okay. So what do you do for fun? What, you know, do you have a hobby that you do? I know that our work can be consuming, especially when you're so passionate about it, but are you doing anything for you? Are you taking time for yourself? And if so, what does that look like?
I play Animal Crossing on my Switch.
You do?
Come visit my island.
I love that.
I know my friend told me that if there's an Olympic event for shopping, I would be the gold winner.
You'd be the winner.
Yes, you would be.
Every time I'm in my iPad, he always say, okay, so don't forget, there's a want and a need. I said, they all need. So that's my therapy, is pampering my 2-year-old grandson. And I have to do my shopping therapy as well at the same time.
I've got about 350 houseplants, and I love them. And well, connecting with nature is high on my priority list. And while we were working in our office, I brought like 75 of them to the office, and people loved it. And when we get back to the office, I'll do that again, but I don't even know if you can see this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love that. Oh, wow.
But big ones, little ones, starter ones, and they're everywhere. And I really, it's just peaceful, you know, that. And of course, having 5 or 6 different knitting or crochet projects. And my dad is an artist, and he has a studio he lives and works on Day Island. And he has this studio that's in a boathouse that overlooks the Puget Sound. And so we paint, and we're making wire mobiles and stuff like that. So being artsy and connecting with nature, you know, those are probably the top priorities for me. So hobby and that, I think for me, are the same.
Yeah,
great.
I agree. I learned when I was in active duty that being in touch with nature grounded me. And I do have PTSD, and I saw that question come up on here. So it still grounds me. And I built a pond and a waterfall in my backyard because I live in the middle of nowhere. And the Republican River is only a mile south. But my own pond and waterfall and fish and all my plants that I keep in the greenhouse in the winter and bring out around the pond in the summer, it grounds me, and it helps me control those PTSD symptoms.
Good. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in? No? Okay. Well, we are coming close to the end of our conversation today. And I have an icebreaker outro, and it's called One Question. And I actually have more than one question. So I'm going to ask you all, and please feel free again to chime in with your response. So we'll start with What is your dream vacation spot?
Anywhere in Italy.
Mm.
I love Italy. Every time a ship pulled in there, I tried to be the first one off the ship. And a girlfriend of mine lives in Sicily right now. She's a DoD teacher. And so I think that's where we're going to go in spring. But Italy, anywhere.
Nice. Oh, I see Japan.
Actually, I lived over in Mauritius and Seychelles for work for about half a year. I would definitely go back to Seychelles or Mauritius. If anyone knows anything, they are known as paradise islands of the world. So beautiful, and not too many people go there. So that's a place I would go.
Nice. Nice. All right. What book, movie, or TV character is most like you? I feel like that's a difficult challenge of a question.
I was gonna say something funny. Isn't it G.I. Jane for all of us? Just kidding.
My first
Ella
thought, glad to hear it.
Holmes.
My kids told me mine would be Private Benjamin.
I see Anger from Inside Out. Oh man. Courage Under Fire. Nice. Oh, I can't hear you, Heather. You're on mute.
I was laughing when somebody put Private Benjamin in the chat room.
Anne from Anne of Green Gables. Oh, Chris Gardner from Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah. All right. So my Pretty Woman not, my love language is food. And I know that that's not an official love language, but for me it is. So it's written. And that is also something that I do for self-care. I do self-care Sunday. I pick out what recipes I'm going to make for the week. And then I order everything on Instacart, and then I just prepare just to make something a good meal and not just something quick. So I try to incorporate that into my week. But my favorite thing to make and to eat is seafood gumbo. A lot of my family is from Louisiana, and we make a lot of Southern dishes. So what is your favorite meal? About five or six. It's dinner time. Okay.
Anything on the grill. Anything. I remodeled my house. I remodeled the kitchen. I have double ovens. I have everything.
Nice.
And I can tell you, let me tell you, my neighbors come over once in a while, and those ovens have never seen an on switch. They do not need to be cleaned, I assure you. I've had a pot pie in there and a DiGiorno pizza. Otherwise, this is the barbecue grill. So
you're my spirit animal.
That's so sad.
I am so sad.
My oven is the same. I haven't remodeled my kitchen yet, but I figured it out the same way you did. I mean, I have this beautiful, I don't even know what it is. My husband bought it for me. It's gorgeous. I cook on the stovetop, never use the oven. I use the air fryer.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's a good thing though. Yeah.
My oven is spotless.
The air fryers are awesome if you're trying to cut down on carbs, but you still want that crispy type thing. Because the hardest thing about trying to change up your diet is you lose those go-to snacks, those crunchy things.
Yeah.
So anything that I can get from my two favorite books right now, Eat Healthy Too, and if I can stick that baby in the air fryer, don't think I won't. Because I will. But
if you guys like pumpkin seeds, I just did them in the oven in the air fryer last night, and I used